Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing good. This is Akos, helping you navigate through the curves of life. Alright? Now, we often focus on the story of the prodigal son. We focus on the prodigal son in that story, okay, because he ran away, wasted his father's wealth, and then came back. Alright? Now, have you thought for a moment, what if the home was the problem? What if the problem was not that far away country he went to? Alright? Now, remember the elder brother who stayed back at home. How did things turn out for him? How was, his fate? What was his fate? Alright? Was the home really the problem or a faraway country that the prodigal son went to? And then, did the brother actually want him to be in the picture? Yeah, I mean, think about it. The story didn't tell us that he went in search of the brother, of the prodigal son. He didn't even pay him a visit or, make an attempt to know where his brother was. Did he really want to kick him out and, have the whole world to himself? You understand? So today, we're going to be talking about the elder brother who stayed, and when the joy came, he could not partake in it. And also we'll discuss how obedience became transactional. So the first thing we are going to look into is his reaction. His reaction. So he came back from wherever he went to. He came back and then saw that there was a party in the compound, and then he couldn't participate. He called his father, "Why are we celebrating?" He called the slaves first, "What is going on?" He told him, "Your brother is back." He was angry. Right? He was not happy. I mean, he was still faithful, obedient to his father, but he was not happy. I mean, think about it. Your brother who has gone far away, who was lost, and finally came back. You could not even be happy to see him. You understand? So that's his reaction. Okay, so what makes him the bigger person? What makes him the bigger brother that he's supposed to be in this story? All right. So I want us to dissect this for a moment. His reaction. He was not happy for your brother to return. You are not happy. Alright, so the next thing is the real issue. What was the issue? Why was he not happy? Okay, he was not happy because he felt overlooked after years of obedience. Yeah, think about it. This man has stayed, worked for the father, stayed close to the father, looked over the father's properties and all that. And not for once did the father celebrate him the way the father is celebrating his younger brother. Okay, so think about it. He worked to earn this celebration, but he didn't get it. Alright, so grace was given without condition, freely, and that's what that pained him. He felt if I kept, showing off, if I kept on working for my dad, I'm going to, one day be celebrated. Maybe he didn't really think it that way, but the fact that someone else is being celebrated and not him, he wanted to be the person to be celebrated because he felt he merited it. Alright, so that's the problem. That's the issue he had. Okay, this grace, the prodigal son was not supposed to get this grace. I mean, he messed up. He should pay for his crime, right? But here we are celebrating him. So that was a problem for him. He compared his obedience to his brother's rebellion. All right. Now let's move forward. Now, another issue, or what this issue revealed, what this story, the return of the prodigal son, what it revealed to us is that faithfulness became transactional. So just like I told you earlier, he felt he has worked for this. Alright, he felt he has worked for this. The relationship he had with the father became entitlement. You had that mentality that, okay, because I've done this for you, I don't want to go too deep, but just like when you do something for your dad and then your dad rewards someone else for it, you feel like, yeah, I merited, it's supposed to be me, it's supposed to be me. And God says, I will show mercy on whom I will show mercy. So that spirit of entitlement is a problem, it's kind of a disease, alright? It's going to cause you to miss out on the joy that you're supposed to partake in, alright? So he served but kept what scores. It was like he was, doing it. You are thinking he's doing it from a place of, peace and happiness, but he was just keeping records. He was just keeping records. So what if he wanted half of his father's wealth? Think about it. What if he wanted half of his father's wealth, but he didn't, have enough courage to ask for the half of his father's wealth, just like his younger brother did. He didn't have that, that courage. Or maybe because he felt that the brother has asked first, he's going to look somehow if I also ask for my own. That kind of, what if he had it in him also? He had eyes on the father's wealth. Alright, that's why he was now doing everything to earn it. Doing everything he could to earn it. Alright, so moving forward, grace exposes the heart. Okay, so grace feels offensive when we think we deserve more. That's it. So don't feel like grace is, if I do this, I'm going to just do your thing. Just do your thing. Do what you're supposed to do. Don't focus on the reward. Don't focus on the benefits that's going to come with this sacrifice you're making. It's called a sacrifice for a reason, for a purpose. All right. I mean, God will show mercy on whom He will show mercy. Alright, so I'm telling us this story so that we can keep on searching our hearts, know where we fall into this picture. There's a lot to learn from the story of the prodigal son. Alright, and then lastly, we look at the father's response. Yeah, that covers it all, that explains it all. The father said, "You were always with me, everything I have is yours. Okay, but your brother just returned and we need to celebrate him." So that's it. Right? So what's your problem? You have everything you were asking for, you are angry at, it's already there, you had it. But now you are not happy that someone else is coming to join in what you have. Right? So access was never the issue. His heart, what he had in mind, was the issue. Okay, so I call on you today to look into your heart, find out if you are actually, find out if you are actually doing what you're doing the right thing you're doing, because for the sake of doing it, or you're just doing it because you want to get something at the end. Alright, so the story never tells us if the elder brother went inside to join the celebration. Yeah, the story didn't tell us that part. Maybe after all the pleading by the father, he still called it bullshit. You understand? So the invitation was there, but the choice was his. So I want to ask you, alright, look into yourself today, ask yourself today, do I secretly feel cheated by God? Yeah, ask yourself, do I really feel cheated by God secretly? Or am I faithful or just keeping scores? Okay, so I'll see you in the next video. Till then, peace and love.